Hey folks, welcome back. You can see we're not at the Red Barn this week. We are here at the secret undisclosed shop and continuing to work on Wide Red, where this week, let's see how much we can wrap up on this build. Whop! Enjoy! So in the last episode, you saw me lay up this splash mold, and it's been sitting for a day, and it's all nice and cured, so let's go ahead and pop this off. And with luck, this won't be too exciting. It's a very simple shape, right? It should just pop right off. And let's go ahead and do this. Yep, there we go. And just like that, we have a mold. All right, and here I just took, I used my tin snips. It's not too exciting to watch, but I just used my tin snips and just went around, went around the mold, and it makes very quick work of this stuff. And I'm just left with the part of the mold, or the mold that's, this is all I need, so I'm all set to go. And now to do a layup in here. And rather than bore you with watching me do another layup, let me just show you where I am. I took the mold and trimmed it all down, and then just did a quick layup of a few layers of fiberglass. And now I'm going to stiffen it. I could do more fiberglass layup, but I'm going to cheat. And I'm going to use something called core mat. And if you look at this stuff, it is... so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and lay some core mat in here. Again, I won't film this. I'll just show you this when it's done. And then with the core mat laid up, I just set it out here in the sun to get a bit of the old solar cure. And gosh, we haven't seen the outside of the Red Barn for a long time. But there it is, the Red Barn. It's red and it's a barn. Anyway, once that's all set up, I'll pop that out and we'll run it over to the secret undisclosed shop and start trimming it for fit into the hood of Wide Red. And then maybe we'll get back to working on the Ferrari car. Okay, that's all cured and ready to go. So now it's the same story. And it sometimes needs a little help. So just these little plastic putty knives are really good for sneaking in here and not marring anything. And really all you're trying to do is just that. You're trying to just get a little bit of separation. The epoxy got around the corner in a couple places and it makes it hard to come out. So there's our mold, and here is our fiberglass piece. And now you can see there's the original shape on the hood, and here's our repair panel. And so this will work just fine. It's super stiff with that core mat in it, and now I'll just get it all trimmed up, and then we'll talk about how we get this fit to the hood. But we'll take care of that once we get back to the secret undisclosed shop and start making this repair. Or maybe I'll bring the hood here. TBD. And before the final welding in of anything and fitment, I went and brought over the mounts for the storage of the Targa top, and we got the top in here because one of you guys asked, hey, are you sure that top's going to clear? And the answer is, of course we're sure. And just to prove it, yes, we are checking. But you can see, I think you can see if I take you under here, there's clearance, so we're good to go. Okay, I'm here with Greg, and I'm checking in on progress here on Wide Red, and he had sent me a pic this morning saying, hey, look, the crossbar is in and welded, and I can't touch it because it's just been painted, which, by the way, where's the paint? Where's the paint? This VHT epoxy paint, check it out. It's almost an exact match to the powder coat. So that was kind of a nice, happy coincidence. But when I was asking Greg about what this was like to put in, he went into this long explanation about what I'm about to say. I'm like, wait a second, you should have filmed this. So I'm upset with him for not filming it because it would have been really interesting. So I'm going to just ask him to explain what he had to do.
So doing the top side tacked in, okay. And then it was like, okay, well, now I need to weld the underside and get around it. I couldn't get my head underneath forever. I put it on jack stands to try and get underneath. I thought about MIG welding it, so I decided to use my GoPro and the app and literally put it underneath so I could see the weld. So I set it right here and got this right here like this to where I could see where I was at in.
Oh, that's not very confusing.
Well, but it's the same direction. See how?
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So you're doing remote. You're now doing remote welding.
Exactly. So I was going up in here, seeing where I was at, and taking the filler rod and doing small little beads based on where the camera was seeing. So I literally had to get in position, hold myself to the tube, and then push my foot pedal on down and did a nice little melt in, and all by feel. And using that as a reference point to get myself in location. I thought I had enough room to get my helmet in there, and I just didn't. So it's a full pin weld all the way around, because it's roll cage, so we have to do that.
Cool.
And by any means necessary.
And now you can see why I'm very upset with him for not having filmed this, because that would have been epic video footage on this car.
Me cussing and trying to figure it out last night. So that's where we're at. So I came in this morning, scuffed it and painted it and got it ready to move to the next step.
And now you know why I always say if it was easy, anybody could do it and everyone would. So there you go. And now he's back on the sheet metal and doing some tidying up on getting these pieces ready for final installation and welding. And
they're starting to look really nice where they're just going to be just snap on in.
And now you can see how that's going to, well, you can't really see it, but you can see that that panel is going to close off against where the previous firewall was. And then this is all going to get painted black. And as I've been saying, it'll disappear and you won't even know it's there. Okay, we are down. I say we, he's doing all the work. I'm just being camera dude, but Greg has got it all down to just get it painted, and it is done. So there is the final of the fitment and the panels, and you can see nice little trim strip, or the weather seal strip. It just looks super duper awesome. And as you saw in that little early clip, the Targa top fits in there, and yeah, we just got to do a little bit of paint work. The royal have to do a little bit of paint work, and then this is going to get done. And then, like I said, we're still waiting for the front trunk floor to come in, so we're going to have a bit of a hiatus here for about a week. We're not going to be able to get any work done on this thing, so it's going to go on the lift, and we may start working on, trying to get the wheel fitment figured out and some of the other things that we can do. Those front brake lines that you saw earlier have to be redone. So there's a couple of things we might keep chipping away on. But for the most part, this is the last time you're going to see the trunk, because all this great work has been done. Greg, awesome job. That looks super duper.
I'm glad to get it to this point.
Oh, I guess we will be back. We'll be back one more time once it's all painted, just to give you the full look of how everything's been reassembled. And a couple of other things that are going to change back here. This is the battery cutoff switch, which I'm not thrilled with. These cables run in, and you're never going to be able to see it. Maybe you can see it. They run up underneath the rear sway bar, which rubs on them. So that is a potential fire hazard in the making. So that's going to have to get rerouted. And I gotta say, this car looks great from 10 feet, but the more we get up on it and look at stuff, there's a whole bunch of things that need to be taken care of. And the good news is, they are getting taken care of. And just like I said, we're back one more time to see the finished product. And, it's hard to, the light's not great, and you got some new paint, you got some old powder coat, but in general, it basically disappeared just like we thought it would. And, all the ribbing lines up nicely. They got some lovely fasteners in here, and mostly it just keeps crap from getting from under the car to inside the trunk. And again, final time, the Targa top still fits. So big thanks to Greg. I think that looks awesome. I've already shared pictures with the owner, and I got back in all uppercase. Awesome, looks great. So he's very pleased as well. So basically done at the back, and now we're going to be waiting till the sheet metal comes in to get everything going on the front. So I'm going to wrap it for this episode and say, as always, like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends, and everybody take care. We'll talk to y'all again soon. Bye-bye.